Hello cosmic friends, welcome back to my channel, Just K-Pop Tarot, where I only talk about K-Pop. With the help of the tarot and the oracle cards, I take a look at individual idols, groups, and the K-Pop industry in general. Today we will be taking a look at Wonhee of Illit. Now, Illit is a 5-member K-Pop girl group. It has Yuna, Minju, Mocha, Iroha, and Wonhee. Wonhee debuted with Illit back on March 2025. I'm sorry, did I say that? Oops. I confused my dates. I'm sorry. March 25, 2024. There we go. Sorry about that. Now, Wonhee, she was born on June 26, 2007, making her a Cancer. Okay. All right, this will be a general reading on Miss Wonhee, okay? I'm going to start off with her current energy and see what we can learn about her from there. So let's see, Wonhee. What is your current energy? What can we know about you? Young lady, what can we know? Okay. The dream, okay. Well, she's happy that her dream came true. From my understanding, when she was in the survival show, she is the one that had like the least amount of training time. I think it was less than a year. I don't remember how long exactly, but definitely the one that had the shortest amount of training. And in spite of all of that, you know, she debuted. She made it into the final lineup, so she's happy about that. We have control. Okay, she knew that the idol life is very restrictive. But of course, you know, knowing and not being part of it is very different than knowing and being part of it. So, yeah. There are times when he feels that she has a lot less control than what she was expecting. And once again, it was expected for her to have very restrictive freedom, but yeah, it's a shock. We had the card of harmony, but okay, in case you did not know, right now there's this K-pop group called New Jeans. They are trying to break their contracts with their company Adore, which is a subsidiary of Hive. And also, you know, Wonhee's company is a subsidiary of Hive. And there's this whole convoluted mess in which Illit was accused of copying New Jeans in, well, almost everything. From the way the group looks, from dances, and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, not so harmonious. It looks like in the beginning when Illit debuted, they told him, okay, you know, your first year is a little chaotic because it's the first year, right? You're establishing yourself as a group. In your case, well, you guys, all the members, you're getting to know each other. Yeah, you spend some time in the survivor show, but you're getting to know each other even more now as a group. You don't have, you know, the other contestants interfering, and, you know, all of the producers and cameramen and everybody else that made the survival show possible. You don't have them. So, yeah, she was told. But when this whole mess with New Jeans got started and the accusations did I say that? When the accusations came, that's what I meant to say. When the accusations came, yeah, she was not expecting that sort of not harmonious year. But it looks like over time, it has gotten a little bit better, like 2% better. We have projections, and we have understanding. Okay, so Illit has been very successful, I would say. It has been a very successful group. But it looks like even then, producers and, you know, everybody that makes Illit possible were expecting more from Illit. Obviously, you know, they understand that this industry, you never know what's gonna happen. Sorry. You never know what's gonna happen. But at the same time, oh, they were expecting better. And in a way, they were hoping that they would be more famous and more popular than New Jeans. I'm so sorry, guys. I just had dinner, so I feel burps coming and I also feel like hiccups. So I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird. Obviously, I don't want to burp in camera or let a hiccup out, but yeah, sorry. But like I was saying, in a way, they were expecting Illit to be more popular. Now, it looks like a lot of people are very satisfied with Wonhee though. A lot of people were expecting her to be popular, to be loved. And it's not even because of Wonhee's, you know, abilities, singing, dancing, and all of that. No, it's because she's cute. She's young, she's cute. And let's be honest, the idol industry has been moving more towards minors, debuting basically children at this point. So yeah, these people, when they saw Wonhee, oh, their first thought was, oh, the public is gonna love her, they're going to eat it up. She's young, she's cute, those puffy cheeks, oh my goodness, people are gonna love that. Men and women are gonna love her. So yeah, I mean, they might talk bad about the oldest member in Illit, but who cares? They're gonna love Wonhee. So it looks like, yeah, as expected, it was projected. A lot of people love Wonhee. Oh, there are those that, you know, don't like her. But yeah, you know, like I said, the people that make Illit possible are very happy with how things had become for Wonhee. This deck is catching my attention, so let's see. What do you want to tell us? Oh, okay, thank you. And that one, and you know what? Let me get this one too. Okay, we have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is about conflicts. Hold on, conflict, and I see conflict between the members. And yeah, I'm gonna take a look at my notebook because I don't follow Illit. Okay, I don't know all of the members, and with so many K-pop groups, it's hard to remember who and what. So that's why I keep it here. So let's see. Yuna, okay, things are okay with her. Minju, they're fine. I just heard that. Mocha is 50-50. Iroha, and I hope I'm saying her name right, or Iroha. I think it's Iroha. I'm sorry, Iroha. So I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I'm gonna go with Iroha. So it looks like Iroha and Wonhee sometimes there's more disagreements between them than compared with the other members. And even though Iroha, she's the maknae, and that's a word for the youngest one in the group. Iroha feels that sometimes Wonhee acts like the maknae, like the youngest one, and not even a mature maknae, like an immature one. Yuna, it seems that she comes in and she's like, okay, enough, you two, we need to work this out. You cannot be arguing this much. I see Minju rolling her eyes and saying, you know what, oh Lord, here we go again. You know what, I'm just gonna step out of here because there they go again. Mocha, she doesn't even say anything, but she's not trying to come in between Wonhee and Iroha. And of course, you're always free to disagree with me. Because according to some of you, apparently I hate Wonhee. That was in a reading I did a long time ago, but it makes me laugh every time. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands. When it comes to careers, It looks like Wonhee is going to be very successful. I see her getting a lot of brand deals. I think Illit as a group has brand deals. Like I said, I don't follow the group. But I know that, part of the accusations is that, New Jeans got brand deals as a group and Illit also got brand deals as a group. So they're copying New Jeans. I remember news like that. But it looks like by herself, she will get brand deals. Wonhee. And I see in a lot of clothes. So it looks like clothing brands. Possibly contact lenses as well. It looks like some people think that Wonhee has very expressive eyes. So she will be a good fit, a good model for contact lenses, modeling contact lenses. We have the Ace of Swords. Some people feel that she will be a good actress. If I am remembering correctly, it was announced that she was gonna be acting. I can't remember if it was a movie or a drama, but yeah, Wonhee was gonna do her debut. And it looks like, yeah, some people really feel that she will be a good actress. Producers, writers, script writers, I think that's the title. It looks like whenever they're writing, a certain character, they picture Wonhee playing that character. Now, they're not sure if putting her as a lead, at least as of right now, right? And I am filming this in 2025. So it looks like some are debating, should we put her in like leading roles? Or should we wait a little bit and see how things go? So that seems to be a behind the scenes debate. Yeah, we have the 6 of Wands. And we have the 9 of Wands. Ooh, okay, oh boy. I do not like that 9 of Wands. See how the figure, this Joker, I think I can call it, is behind the gate, sticking his hands out and, calling whoever is in his line of sight. It looks like Wonhee, well, she's gonna have to deal with creeps. Because once again, Wonhee, she has this very cutesy childlike face, and well, there's creeps everywhere you go. And women can be creeps, but in this case, I see a lot of men. So that is something Wonhee is gonna have to be careful. Of course, I hope that her company is doing what they can to protect her, whether it's Hive or Belief Lab. I really hope so. But yeah, it looks like Wonhee is gonna have to be really careful. Okay, let's keep looking. 10 of Swords. And we have the Strength card. Interesting. Okay. It looks like Wonhee, I don't know if she has said this out loud or that is just something she keeps in private, but it looks like Wonhee sometimes feels like, you know what, I could be like Wonyoung of Hive. I know that Wonyoung, she is like super famous in South Korea. I don't know about her popularity internationally, right? But at least in South Korea, she's considered like a goddess over there. So there are times when he feels that, what if I become like that? She's not saying I want to be Wonyoung, because I mean, she's Wonhee. No way she's going to be Wonyoung. But if she could reach that height, that pinnacle of success, that would be interesting to see. Now, Wonhee, she's just getting started, but one thing besides, creepy men, another thing that Wonhee would have to be very careful of is to not let her ego get in the way. One thing people forget about K-pop idols is that, well, they can assign a personality. And that sounds so weird to say, but yes, companies do that. They can assign your hair color and they can assign your personality. And so far, Wonhee, she has been told to add cutesy to to be almost childlike, even though Wonhee, well, she's an adult at this point if I am doing my math correctly. But yeah, it looks like Wonhee could fall into temptation, because once again, I don't see her career, whether she's an idol, whether she's a model or an actress, I don't see her flopping. Of course, you know, there will be those that say, oh, Wonhee doesn't know how to sing, she doesn't know how to dance, she doesn't know how to act. There will always be those, right? Haters are gonna hate. But it looks like the majority of people are gonna be praising her and just loving her. And well, we can all fall into that, okay? We can all have that moment of weakness in which our ego just inflates and gets in the way, and it clouds our judgment. So that is something Wonhee will have to watch out. I can't wait to read the hate comments on that. So let's see what else. This deck is catching my attention. What else when it comes to Wonhee? Oh, thank you. And this one here. Okay. Okay, so the two cards that fell, we have a hidden gift, sadness, and ending a new beginning. And we have hidden path, the marriage of spirit and matter. Interesting. Okay. Okay. What is this actress name? Bobby Brown or something like that? Billy Bobby Brown? Oh my god. I know she was an actress of Stranger Things. But you know, she was a kid and well, she went through puberty. She's an adult now. But the whole point is that, you know, because people know her as a child actress, now that she's an adult, she's having a tough time with people viewing her as an adult. And I think she's engaged or she got married, but people are having a tough time. Some people are saying, oh, no, she should not be doing that, she's too young, she doesn't know any better, blah 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 blah. It looks like eventually when it's time for Wonhee to get married, because I see Wonhee getting proposed to, and not this year, you know what, not even 10 years from now. So maybe in 20 years from now. Okay, maybe. Tarot is based on current energy. Okay, that's how tarot works, based on current energy. Things can always change. It might be later on or it might be earlier than that, but eventually I do see Wonhee getting married. I see a young man getting down on one knee and proposing to her. And well, Wonhee, I see her very happy. She's saying, oh my god, yes, of course I'm gonna marry you. Some people are still gonna see her as a child, and it looks like Wonhee is gonna still look fairly young. Even 20 years from now, she's still gonna look fairly young, and some people are still gonna think of her as a child, which is kind of weird to think about, but you know, some people are just like that. Just like it is going on with this actress. It looks like Wonhee is gonna be like that. She's gonna struggle for people to see her as an adult and not just an innocent child, or you know, the personality that was assigned to her. That is something that is going to annoy her in the future later on. Oof. And it looks like there's going to be a great uproar when that happens, because, well, once again, there's the normal fans, but then there's delusional fans, and then there's going to be those creepy people that are not gonna like the fact that she's no longer available. Okay, we have Zen Garden, loss, grief, sadness, resurrection, healing, reconnecting with your true nature. Okay, Illit is still a new group. Okay, they debuted in 2024. Yeah, so they're still new. So even though things, at least behind the scenes, right, they may look a little more chaotic than how they look to the public eye, Eventually, they will get closer. I see them getting closer and like being close friends. I don't see, as of right now, I don't see like a sisterhood between them. But I see them as close friends. And Iroha, she will be a friend, but at the same time, it looks like she will be the most distant friend. Yeah, it looks like, the differences these two have, well, they're gonna carry over. I'm trying to see more about this potential young man, but for the moment, I'm not seeing much. I am mostly seeing his backside. I see him, once again, I see him down on one knee. But I'm not seeing much. This deck is catching my attention. Let's see, what else can we know? That means Wonhee. Wonhee. What else can we know about you, young lady? Let's see. And eventually when it is time for her to get married, I don't see Wonhee giving out an apology. I don't know if you remember, some of you, when Karina was found out that she was dating, well, they made her basically write an apology letter for dating. Some people were disappointed that she was dating in general, and some were like, oh my god, I thought you were a lesbian, and blah blah blah. I don't see Wonhee writing a letter of apology whenever it's time for her to get married. In fact, I see her saying, I don't care. They can, they can go F themselves. So yeah, it looks like Wonhee, she's not gonna be giving in into that sort of pressure. Okay, we have Temperance. The Hierophant. Ban Si-hyuk, he is the founder of Hive Labels. So it looks like he is gonna be very happy with Wonhee down the road. He's happy now, but it looks like down the road he's gonna continue to be happy with Wonhee. From his point of view, it looks like Wonhee is going to be a good idol. She overworks, but she doesn't complain. She just does it. Similar to Wonyoung, that's what I'm seeing here. Interesting. Okay. We had the Knight of Cups. The Hangman. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Five of Cups. Okay. And Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, once again, I see Wonhee being very successful. Okay. I don't see her lacking money. I don't see her lacking fame. There will always be those that, have something negative to say about her or Illit. In front of the camera, she's going to play out her character, being the innocent, cutesy, almost little girl. Behind the scenes, I mostly see Wonhee rolling her eyes at how ridiculous some people can be, at how annoying some people can be, sometimes how delusional fans can be. Because, well, in K-pop, there's a lot of parasocial, relationships, I guess I could say. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen with Western artists. It does. Oh, it definitely does. But, geez, it looks like it's more intense when it comes, especially from Korean fans. But yeah, Wonhee, it looks like she's gonna play her role. Being whatever, Hive and Billy Flap need her to be. Yeah, as of right now, once again, things are not perfect within the group. But it looks like, well, she's trying, but Yeah, once again, it looks like, at least from the members' point of view, sometimes Wonhee just comes out a little too immature. Like, okay, in front of the camera, sure, act all innocent, act however you're supposed to act, but behind the scenes, they would like it for her to dial it down. But it looks like sometimes Wonhee carries it over to, you know, real life, I guess I could say. And yeah, this gentleman, I only see his backside. I only see his backside. I'm trying to, you know, get a look at his face or anything like that. I keep hearing Korean, so it looks like one he's gonna potentially end up with a Korean man. But yeah, I really don't see much of his characteristics or anything else. But like I said, excuse me. Yeah, it looks like Wonhee is gonna get married into her 30s, if not close to being 40. So that's perhaps why I don't see it, because this seems to be such a, you know, distant future ahead. And as of right now, I don't see Wonhee thinking about love. She's very focused on her career. Now that her dream came true, well, she's gonna do everything she can in order to keep it and make it work for her. And when it comes to Wonhee, that is all I see. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Throw your hate if you want at me, because like I said, apparently I hate Wonhee. So I'll let you be the judge of that. Alright guys, once again, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I wish you guys the best. I wish Wonhee the best, Illit and the best. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.